Everyone, good afternoon. So, yes, today I'll be dealing the class. I'll be taking your biology class. Okay, so what we are going to discuss in today's class is that in the entire week of like a previous week, in this week, what we have discussed in the biology class, that is about the excretory products and how their elimination, right? This is a chapter we were discussed. So I am going to give you a overview about this chapter in today's class. Okay, are you all ready? Just use the chat box. The students who are in a YouTube and the Zoom, please use the chat box and tell me, are you all ready? Yes. So before going to the class, please let me know whether I'm audible or not. I'm going to launch a poll, technical poll. Please let me know whether I'm audible or not. And how about the screen, whether the screen is visible properly? So if everything is clear, then yes, we are good to go. Every one of you can listen to the class, or you can listen to me very clearly, and the screen is also visible properly, right? So that's great. As I said already, we are going to discuss about excretory products and their elimination. But before going to that, yes, here we have a students from Jainvi Srikakulam. Yes. Before going to that, I just want to ask you a question. Yes, the question goes like this. A man takes a large amount of a protein. He is likely to excrete what? Okay, option A, water, option B, glucose, option C, urea and uric acid, and option D, salts. I'm going to launch a poll. Yes, in the Zoom, I'm launching a poll. Students from Srikakulam, you can answer in the poll. What would be the answer? Okay, for your information, I'm telling you again, we are going to revise the chapter excretion and their elimination. Okay, so answer please. I'm ending the poll. And listen here, whether the human is taking proteins or whatever it is, ultimately the excretion should be in the form of nitrogenous waste, right? So excretion will be in the nitrogenous waste. Out of these four options, can you tell me which is the nitrogenous waste? Of course, water is not a nitrogenous waste. Glucose is not a nitrogenous waste. And salt is also not a nitrogen alone. So here we have a urea and uric acid, which is the nitrogenous waste. Is that clear to everyone? Yes, I hope this is clear to everyone. Now, let us move to the next question. That is, which of the following nitrogenous substances is highly toxic? Yes, come on. You know the answer for this if you have listened this chapter clearly. I have relaunched the poll. Yes, you can go through the question. Which of the, I'm reading the question again. Which of the following nitrogenous substance is highly toxic? Urea, uric acid, amino acid, and ammonia. Oh, very good, very good. I have got the answer from the students of Jainvi Srikakulam. Very good. Okay. Yes, you have chosen the option ammonia. So if you all can remember, as we have studied in this chapter, ammonia is a highly toxic waste where most of the aquatic animals are going to excrete a nitrogenous waste in the form of ammonia, right? Okay, koi baat nahi. If you don't remember that, let us just go through what we have discussed in the previous classes. Okay, so yes. First of all, whatever the organism we take, or whatever the animal we take, from the sponges to the chordates, all the animals are going to excrete from their body. What they are going to excrete? Yes, they are going to excrete a nitrogenous waste, right? That nitrogenous waste can be in a different forms, like as you can see on the slide, urea, ammonia, and uric acid. So ultimately, what is going to be excreted there? That is a nitrogenous waste, right? So now let us see what kind of nitrogenous waste the animals can excrete. First one, if the animal is excreting ammonia, as you said already, as you have given the answer, ammonia is a highly toxic. Yes or no? Ammonia is a highly toxic. If the animals are excreting ammonia or the process of excretion of ammonia by those animals, that process we are going to call as a ammonotelism. Okay, which kind of animals are going to excrete ammonia in the form of nitrogenous waste? Especially the aquatic animals. As you can see already, aquatic invertebrates, aquatic insects, bony fishes, and aquatic amphibians. Why only the aquatic organisms are excreting ammonia? The reason being is, to excrete ammonia, they need excess amount of water. Why they need excess amount of water? Let us say, already we know ammonia is a highly toxic, right? So if these animals cannot release the waste into the water body where they are staying as it is highly toxic. So what they will do, they are going to mix this ammonia with a lot of water so that the excretion will be diluted and the toxicity can be reduced. That is the reason mostly ammonia will be excreted by the aquatic organisms. Okay, so first is done. Second, there are some animals which are going to excrete a urea, and the process of this excretion of a urea is called as a ureotelism, and the animals which are going to excrete urea are called as a ureotelic animals. Okay, so to excrete a urea, they need not require a much amount of water. Just a moderate amount of water is sufficient to excrete a urea. But which kind of animals are going to be excreted a urea? As we already saw, if the animal is aquatic, obviously it is going to excrete ammonia. But if animal is a semi-aquatic, which means a moderate amount of water is required, no? So mostly semi-aquatic animals are going to excrete urea. Now, one more type of nitrogenous waste is there. That is uricotelism or uric acid excretion. And this process is called as a uricotelism. So here what is going to happen is, in the uricotelism, highly concentrated nitrogen will be released. Okay, let me give you one example, like a birds or the lizards. If you see the birds and lizards, it is a mixture of a white colored and the other color of a excretion, right? Especially birds, if we are talking about that white color excretion, is actually a uric acid, and along with that white color there will be another black, brown color. All this is a digestive waste. As we all know, birds are having a single opening for the digestive waste, excretory waste, and also for the reproduction, right? So whenever they are eliminating something, birds especially, they are going to eliminate the excretory product like a uric acid along with the digestive waste. That is the reason where we can able to see the waste of the birds are having a different color, especially which is mixed with a white color. That is uric acid. The white colored one is a uric acid. Okay, is it clear? Please use the chat box. Yes, please use the chat box if it is clear. Totally, how many types of excretory waste we can able to see? 3 types: ammonotelism, ureotelism, uricotelism. Ammonotelism, where ammonia is being excreted. Uricotelism, where urea is going to excreted, and uricotelism, where uric acid is going to be excreted. And which kind of animals, everything we have seen. Now let us move to the next slide. That is, yes, as I said already, to excrete, the organisms requires an organ, and those organs are called as excretory organs. Not all the organisms have a same excretory organ. There are a different excretory organs in a different organisms. As you can see already in the tabular column here, like in a platyhelminthes and cephalochordates and some annelids, we can able to see flame cells as a excretory organ. In most of the annelids, nephridia. Insects, Malpighian tubules, and prawns and other crustaceans, where we can able to see the green glands or the antennal glands. Please pay attention. Already you have studied this chapter. Now in today's class, we have added only those important points required for that. Okay, so whatever I'm explaining. Please note down everything. If it is missed in the, or if you have missed to write in a regular class, please try to note down it. If you have already noted down, just go through it once again. Okay. Yes. So what I was saying, yes, crustaceans are having a green glands as excretory organ. Okay, green glands also called as a antenna. Yes, green glands are also called as a antennal glands. Now, if we are talking about the higher animals are having a excretory organs which are a kidney. Can you tell whether the human beings comes under a higher animals or any like other organisms or other animals? Yes, human beings which are being a higher animals, we have the kidney as an excretory organ. So now what all we have seen in the lower organisms, or in general, the organisms are going to excrete the nitrogenous waste in the three forms. Based on that, we have a ammonotelism, ureotelism, and uricotelism. And there are different types of excretory organs also in a different organisms, like a flame cells, nephridia, Malpighian tubules, antennal glands, and the kidney. Now let us move on. What the human is going to have to excrete, or excretory organ, which are the excretory organs in the humans? That is pair of a kidney. Okay, if they're asking what is the excretory organ or what are the excretory organs, that is a pair of kidney. Is that clear? But pair of kidney alone cannot do the entire process, right? We are the higher organisms where we have an organ system for the excretory product also, sorry. For the excretion also, the human beings are having a organ system, that is, which contains a pair of kidney, where you can see this reddish brown color pair of kidneys, and which is connected to the pipe. Can you able to see the pipe or a tube? Right. The excretion or the waste material which is coming from the kidney will go through a pipe-like structure, which is two pipes. From each kidney, we are getting one pipe, which is called as a pair of ureters. Okay, so this pair of ureters will go and join into a single structure, which is a bladder, where urine is going to store for some time over there. After that, this urine is eliminated through an opening called as a urethra. Is it clear? So first, filtration is going to take place in both the kidneys, right? Both the kidneys, filtration is going to happen. Like all the blood is going to come into the kidneys and filtration happen. After the filtration, what is going to happen? Now we have connected one pipe. Let us say if we are cleaning the water in our homes, then what is going to happen? First, the water is going to stored in a one syntax or one place. There it is going to be purified. After purifying, what is going to happen? The waste water will come through the pipes, right? Exactly. Here also, once the blood has got purified, now the water, sorry, the waste material, nitrogenous waste, we can call as a urine now. So this will be coming through a pipe-like structures or the tube-like structures called as a ureters. Okay, and now ureters are going to be stored in a one place or a single structure, that is a bladder, urinary bladder, where urine is gonna store. After some time, once the bladder is filled, then the urine will be coming out through a single opening, which is called as a urethra. Is it clear? So far, is it clear to everybody? In the human, we have an organ system even for the excretion, right? So that organ system contains four parts: pair of kidney, pair of ureters, urinary bladder single, and urethra. It is clearly mentioned: pair of kidneys, pair of ureters, and urinary bladder, urethra. Okay, I hope this is clear to everybody. Yes. Great. I got an answer from Srikakulam students. Now we'll see what does the kidney contains. Okay, so can you tell me where the kidney is located? First of all, let us forget about everything, like whatever is there inside the kidney. We'll talk about that later. First of all, where the kidney is present. Okay, now we'll say it will present here, it will present here. Exactly how to tell where the kidney is present is. Now let us see, every one of you know the vertebral column, backside, right? So this vertebral column, the bones which are present in the neck area here, these are called as a cervical bones. Okay, 7 cervical bones will be present here. And after the cervical bones, where our ribs will be there, no? So from the front side, ribs are there. At the back side, what we have are called as a thoracic bones. Okay, 12 pairs of kidneys, 12 pairs of thoracic bones after this cervical bone, 7 cervical bone, then thoracic bones. Where our kidney is going to present is the last thoracic bone, where you can see the last rib. Okay, the last rib where you can feel in the front. Same way, if we are going back, there we can observe the last thoracic bone in the vertebral column. Okay, our kidneys are going to start from the last thoracic bone, and after the thoracic bone, there are a lumbar region. We will call usually the 5 lumbar bones will be there. From the last thoracic bone to the 3rd lumbar vertebrae. Okay, in the vertebral column. For vertebral column, what is going to have? First 7, then 12, then lumbar region, and so on, right? So last thoracic bone to the 3rd vertebral column. This is the place where exactly we can see the, or we can have the kidneys. Right. And as we know already, the kidney will be, the color of a kidney is in a reddish brown color. And shape, you can see the kidney shape. What is the shape? Yes, this is the shape of a kidney, right? Beans. Usually we'll get a snacks in the evening, beans, kidney beans, or we have a kidney beans, like we'll call no kidney beans or the beans, which means what? The shape of a bean is also the shape of a kidney. Right, shape is this and color is a reddish brown color, and where it will present you already know very clearly. And does it, I mean, the kidney is going to cover the entire body part? No. Kidney is going to have some specific measurements, and those measurements are as follows. Here you can see the length of a kidney. Length means from top to bottom, the length of a kidney will be 10 to 12 centimeters. And what would be the width? 5 to 7 centimeters. And thickness means you can understand, no? If this is an entire kidney, this is what the length. Okay. And width will be, this is the width, and thickness, this much will be the thickness. The thickness is a 2 to 3 centimeter of thickness. Is that clear? Where the kidney will be present, what is the color of kidney, what is the shape of kidney, and what is the size of kidney. Now, if you're talking a healthy human kidney, what is the weight of a healthy human kidney? That would be around 120 to 170 grams. What is the weight? 120 to 170 grams. Now, as I said already, if you can see here, see, this is the kidney, right? So the kidney is going to be connected to the ureter. The kidney, after filtration, it is going to send the waste to the pipe, which is called a ureter, right? So where this pipe will connect, that place is going to called as a hilum. Here you can see the hilum, where the ureter is going to be connected to this place. This place we are going to call as what? Hilum. Is this clear? So hilum is always a junction, we can say, or the notch where the another one will come and connect. Because the same hilum you can able to see in the ovule also. In the ovule also you can see, no, the connection, where the connection arises, that is a hilum. Okay, if you can't remember, just go and check it. Does there is a hilum in an ovule? I'm talking about a plants. Is there or not? Check it once. Okay. So now you understood the kidney, bean-shaped kidney, where the ureter is gonna connect to the notch. Notch means just a place. Okay. This is called as a hilum. Okay. Not only this. I'm coming back to this picture again. So here what you can see, this is the hilum, right? This place is called as a hilum. So to this hilum, only the ureter is being connected? No. Ureter is the one which is going to take the waste outside. But there should be something which is bringing in the blood has to come into the kidney, right? And the kidney also should get some stimulus by the nerves. So all the nerves, blood vessels, and the ureter is going to be connected to this place, which is a hilum. Is it clear? Is it clear? This is an external or the overview of a kidney. If it is clear, let us go into the kidney. What is present in the kidney? Okay. So, as I was saying already, if this is a kidney, sorry, this is not a bean shape, but just imagine if this is a kidney. And if we cut open this kidney, now what is present? The outer layer of a kidney. The outer layer of a kidney, or this is present. The one layer which is present is called as a capsule. The layer which is present is called as a capsule, outer layer. Okay. And inside this kidney, we have divided this into the two parts: outer cortex, inner medulla. Easy? Is it easy? If we cut open a kidney, what we can see? The layer which is outside, which is called a capsule. And inside, we have divided it into two parts: outer cortex, inner medulla, which is in the complete middle, we are going to call as a medulla, and outer one above, which is present above the medulla is called as a cortex. Is it clear? It has to be clear, then only you will understand the next processes. Please mention in the chat box if it is clear. Yes, great, great, great. That is great. You're so enthusiastic. Okay. Now what happens? Can you able to see the dark red colors? Let me. This has. Okay. So can you able to see these dark red colored structures which are present over here? These are called as a medullary pyramids. Why the name medullary pyramid? Simple. No need to remember many things. The very simple. As we know, outer cortex, inner medulla. So it is in the medulla. One reason it is in the medulla. And what is the shape of it? It is almost a triangular shape. Done. Medullary pyramid. In the medullary region or in the medulla, the one which is in the pyramid shape, they are going to call it as a medullary pyramid. I hope this is clear. Okay. So cortex, outer capsule, then cortex, then medulla. In the medulla, we can able to see the medullary pyramids. Medullary pyramids are very, very, very much important. Why the medullary pyramids are important? Because actual filtration which is happening in the kidney are going to happen in the medullary pyramids. Okay. Then what the medullary pyramid is going to have? Filtration system. Okay, if we open in the water filter or in the RO, in the JNVs, we have a RO, right? So in those ROs, this RO is a big tank. In that, we are going to have some of the structures where actual water is going to filter, right? Exactly. Now, kidney is the structure which is going to support. Inside that, we have a medullary pyramid. The blood filtration is going to happen in the medullary pyramid. Is it clear? Yes. So what is there in that then? Anyhow, I don't know what is going to present in that RO, how exactly is going to happen, but I have a little idea what is present inside this medullary ray and how the filtration is going to happen. So let me help you with that. So this medullary pyramid have the filtration that is called a nephron. What do we call it as? Nephron. Here you can see the pyramid or triangular shape which they have enlarged. What you can able to see? The pipe-like structure you can able to see, right? This is called a nephron. This nephron is having the two parts. Easy, very easy, very easy. Remember, let me just recall for you once again if you want. Outer capsule, then inside a cortex. Inner part is called a medulla. In the medulla, we have a pyramid-like shapes. So those are called as a medullary pyramids. Inside this medullary pyramid, we have a nephrons. Is it clear? And why this nephron, as I said already, this is actually where our blood is going to be purified. That is why, now can I say nephron as a structural and functional unit of kidney? Because almost all things are going to be filtered in the nephron. So can I call the nephron as a structural and functional unit of kidney? Yes, yes, yes. Great, great. Okay, what does this nephron contains? First, if we see the structure, then it will be easy for us to understand the process, right? Yes. So what is the structure? Again, let us enlarge the structure which is present inside this nephron. Okay, so the nephron is going to have a one head-like structure. Can you able to see this head-like structure which is present in the nephron? This is called as a glomerulus. What do we call this as? Glomerulus. Once we understand the function of this glomerulus, then we'll know, okay, why the name glomerulus, okay? But currently, you remember the name? Glomerulus. Okay. And next, have, after the glomerulus, if you can able to see complete what it is some tube-like structure, right? So this, let us call it as a renal tubule. Renal tubule. Renal always refers to the kidney. So renal tubule, can we able to remember this renal tubule now? Yes, very good. So the nephron, which has a two parts, glomerulus and a renal tubule. About the glomerulus, we'll see whenever we are talking about the filtration. First, let me tell you, because this is a big tubule, no, or the big tube-like structure. First, let us talk about, or let us discuss about this renal tubule. What does the renal tubule contains? Again, we are leaving this part, glomerulus. Let us keep it aside for now. As we're talking about this tube-like structure, as soon as the glomerulus completes, there is a one tube, first beginning of the tube. That is a pro. Pro means a beginning, right? In the biology, pro means beginning. So the beginning of the tube, can I call it as a proximal tubule? Yes, very good. Starting, which is there, that is a proximal tubule. And at the end, which is there, that is a distal tubule. Now, can you able to remember this? The one which is starting soon after the glomerulus, the one which is starting here. Here also you can see that is a proximal, beginning, proximal tubule, which is at the end, which is called as a distal tubule. And between this proximal and distal tubule, this is, as I said, no, already this is a long tube. Proximal tubule is there, distal tubule is there, still something which is like a loop, is present in the middle. That we are going to call it as a Henle's loop. Again, why the name Henle's? It is named after the scientist. Okay, so it is named after the scientist, Henle's loop, which is like a hairpin. Have you ever seen the hairpin loops in the guard sections? V-shape. Yes. Srikakulam students might have seen. Srikakulam guards are there, no? There. Yes, complete. Yeah, many. Very good. So this hairpin loop is there. That is a Henle's loop. Is it clear? What is present in the, what is present in the renal tubule? Again, I'm explaining you from the beginning. See, outside capsule, cortex, medulla. In the medulla, we have the cone-like structure or the pyramid-like structure, which is called as a medullary pyramid. And this medullary pyramid has the functional and structural unit, that is a nephron. Okay, the nephron has a two parts, glomerulus, which is a head-like structure, and then we have a complete tube-like structure. As this tube is present in a kidney, we are calling it as a renal tubule. And this renal tubule has a different parts again. The first present tubule is called a proximal. The last one present tubule is called a distal. Middle one, which is a hairpin like, called as a Henle's loop. Okay, so in this Henle's loop, can you able to see one which is going down, again take a turn and come up? So the one which is going down is a descending order. So top to bottom, and again ascending limb. Okay. So this is clear, I guess. Everybody, it is clear. Now let us give some, Yes. Let us give some names to this proximal convoluted tubule or proximal tubule as a PCT, proximal convoluted tubule, and distal convoluted tubule, that is DCT. I hope this is clear. Now let us move further and we will understand how exactly they are going to be arranged. How exactly they are going to be arranged. Now let us see. You can see this pyramid over here. Can you able to see this medullary pyramid which is present? Which is taking part. Most of the part is present in the medulla and some part is in the cortex. Are you able to observe this? Yes. Most of the part, let us say till this is, okay. Most of the part which is present in the medulla and some part is present in the cortex, right? So now we can able to see this complete nephron can also present some part in the medulla and some part in the cortex. In this image, you can able to observe very clearly, right? Great. Okay. So now based on that, we have two different types of nephrons. Based on that, how much percentage of or how much a part of nephron is in the cortex. Based on that, we have two types. One is a cortical nephron. What could be it? Cortical nephron means what? How do we name the cortical nephron? Which means most of the nephron part is present in the cortex, very less is present in the medulla. Okay, are you getting? Cortical nephron, which means most of the part is present in the cortex and very less is present in the medulla. Next one is a juxtamedullary nephron. Again, the name is itself indicating we need not to remember many things over here. See the name, medullary nephron. Maximum part or maximum Henle's loop is present into the medulla, less into the cortex. Is that clear? Yes. But out of these two, maximum in our body, 85% of the nephrons are the cortical nephrons and 15% of the nephrons are the medullary nephrons. Okay. So now what is going to happen? This is all clear for you. Kidney, outer layer. Sorry, something you're saying? Kidney, outer layer, then outer layer, which is a capsule, and the cortex. Yes, great. Outer layer, cortex, medulla, and there we have a pyramid-like structure called as a medullary pyramids. Inside that a nephron. Okay, so nephron, which has the two parts again, glomerular and the renal tubule. Right. So now what is gonna happen? This glomerular actual filtration is gonna happen. Filtration is going to happen here, and there are other process also, reabsorption and all that I'll tell. But the filtration which is going to happen in the glomerular, here it is not visible properly. Let me take you to the other slide. Yes. So here what you can see, glomerulus. In this glomerulus, the filtration is going to take place, and these blood vessels which are coming out, okay, or the tubes which are coming out are going to be completely covered. Completely covered. You can see here the red colored things which are completely covering the Henle's loop. Yes or no? Yes. The afferent arteriole emerging from the glomerulus. Afferent arteriole which is coming out. The arteriole which is coming out of the glomerulus, which is going to form a complete network. Okay. And that network we will be calling as a peritubular capillaries. Peritubular capillaries, it is because it is a blood vessel. Blood vessels are going to call as a capillaries. And it is surrounding throughout the renal tubule. So it is a peritubular capillary. Okay. And this peritubular capillary is going to be have a fine network surrounding to the Henle's loop. Are you able to imagine? Can you able to see here? This is the glomerulus. Let me take a laser. Maybe it will be easy. Oh, sorry. I don't know why this pen will. Okay, lead. So here you can able to see the glomerulus, right? So this glomerulus is going to give away the afferent arterioles. These afferent arterioles are completely surrounding the Henle's loop, the area which you can able to see here, the Henle's loop, descending Henle's loop and ascending Henle's loop. These are completely covered, and this area or this is going to be called as a vasa recta. Vasa recta, is it clear? Yes. I hope this is all clear for you. Till now, no confusions, right? Any confusions or anywhere you want me to repeat or revise, please let me know in the chat box. It would be great if everything is clear, or if you want me to repeat anything, please ask me. I'll be happy for that. No doubts. Okay, great. Only Srikakulam students are answering. Other schools, please answer. Okay, no doubts. As you said, no doubts. I am moving further. This is also clear, right? Two types of nephrons, cortical nephrons and the medullary nephrons. Cortical nephrons are 85% in our body and 15% will be the juxtamedullary nephrons. So all these parts we have studied. Let me just revise in a glance. Three types of production of nitrogenous waste or excretion of nitrogenous waste, different types of excretory organs, and in a human body, the excretory system. I'm talking about a system which has a different organs, like which is an organ system, right? Pair of kidneys, don't forget it. Pair of kidneys, pair of ureters, I'm very sorry. Pair of ureters and urinary bladder, urethra. Okay, like me, you don't do the mistake in the exam, write it as a ureters. Okay. Now, again, we have also studied about a kidney external appearance and the color, where it present, what is the length and breadth of width of the kidney, and also the weight. All these things we have studied. And now, one more thing I would like to tell you here. As we all know from here, what is happening, like let's say nephron is present. Okay, so this nephron is going to give the waste ultimately, right? Urine or the nitrogenous waste it is going to give. What is going to happen? Each and every medullary pyramid will be connected to this ureter. Will be connected to, this is a ureter, right? Here you can see what is the pipe you can able to see, or the tube you can able to see. This ureter is connected to each and every, like let us say now we have a different syntax. Everything we are going to give by a one pipe. Now what we have to do for that? From each syntax we have to take a one pipe, and all those pipes are going to be joined to the major one pipeline, right? Exactly. Here also, each and every pyramid, medullary pyramid, will be giving us the excretory waste or urinary waste that will be collected to the calyx. That will be collected to what? Calyx. Calyx means like a small pipe, which is later connected to the bigger pipe, which is ureter. Okay, so each calyx is going to take the waste which is coming from the pyramid or from the nephron, everything it will be collected and it will be given to the ureter later. Is it clear? Yes. Now let us talk about how the urine will be formed, or the urine formation. I'll just try to finish it off as soon as possible, as it is a revision class. If you are having any doubts in between, you are just feel free to ask in between. Okay? Yes. Yes, how does the urine is gonna form in the human body? It is gonna form in a three ways. In a three steps, I can say. Instead of a three ways, three steps I can say. One is a glomerular filtration. Do you remember glomerular filtration or glomerular? Glomerular is a part of what? Come on, answer in the chat box. Glomerular is a part of what? Need a time to type? Take 10 seconds and type it. I said no, glomerular and the renal tubules is a part of Yes, I'm waiting for the answers. No answer. No. In the glomerulus, we have a Bowman's capsule. Okay, you said Bowman's capsule. Okay, that is appreciable, which is present in the glomerulus. But glomerular is a part of what? My question was, glomerular is a part of what? Glomerular and a renal tubule together, what do we call? You're thinking? Very good, students. So that is a nephron. It is a part of nephron, right? So exactly now we are going to see how this urine is going to form in the nephron. That's it. Urine formation in the sense how this nephron will work. First, we are going to see what is going to happen in the glomerular. That is a glomerular filtration. After the glomerular filtration, as I said, this glomerular is going to send the blood capillaries, right? To what? To the Henle's loop, where the reabsorption is going to happen. Where the reabsorption is going to happen. And we are left with the tubes, proximal convoluted tubule and a distal convoluted tubule. So now these tubular secretion. So I hope this is very easy for you now. Urine formation is of how many types? Just, sorry, not the types, 3 steps. If you can remember the nephron, first is a glomerular, right? So in the glomerular, filtration is going to happen. From the glomerular, the blood vessels or the blood capillaries are coming out, okay, coming out, and they are surrounding to the loop of Henle, where the reabsorption is going to happen. And after this reabsorption, the tubular secretion by the proximal and a distal convoluted tubule is going to happen. Ultimately, the excretion will come out of the kidney to the ureters. That's it. Nothing much difficult in this. This is a very interesting chapter to understand, because just we are understanding whatever is happening in our body, right? Yes. So this glomerular filtration, how it is going to happen is simple. If you want to filter a tea which is going to contain many tea leaves, I mean tea powder and other waste sometimes will be there, no? How do you filter the tea? By the sea or by filtrate. There will be one filtrate and we are going to filter the tea, right? Here also in the glomerulus, in the glomerulus also, what is going to be present is 3 layers will be present. So if the blood is crossing these 3 layers, obviously most of the excretory waste will be eliminated. Yes or no? That's it. So what are those 3 layers? Endothelium, epithelium, and a basement membrane. Endothelium, which is present in the blood vessels. Now let us say, if this is the glomerular capsule, this glomerular capsule which is supplied with the blood vessels. And this blood vessel is going to have the endothelium layer. Okay. And here you can see, this is the endothelium layer of the blood vessel. And also this Bowman's capsule, which is present inside the glomerular capsule, this Bowman's capsule, which is going to have the epithelium layer. So now 2 layers are done. Blood vessel 1 layer, that is endothelium, and Bowman's capsule 1 layer, that is epithelium. Now can you tell me, with the epithelial layer or with the epithelial tissue, there will be always one more tissue. What is that tissue? Animal tissues you might have studied. With the epithelial tissue, there will be always one tissue will be there. Always it should be there. What is that tissue? Or what is that membrane called? That is basement membrane. Okay. So now 3 layers: endothelium of a blood vessel, epithelium of a Bowman's capsule. Between these 2, there will be one more layer, which is a basement membrane. Now, if the blood is passing these 3 layers, almost all the filtration is going to happen. That's it. That is what a glomerular filtration. Tea filtration means, what do you do? Are you going to do any experiment over there? Just filtering the tea, where the tea is going to pass through 1, 2, 3 layers according to the cost which we are giving for the filtrate. If we are taking a 5 rupees filtrate or 10 rupees filtrate, only one layer of tea filter we will get. Or if we are giving a 15 rupees or 50 rupees like that, we'll be getting a 2-3 layers of filtrate. Right. Here also, we will be having a 3 layers of 3 animal layers. Those are endothelium of blood vessel, then epithelium, and between these two, one more layer, which is a basement membrane, and blood is passing through that. Filtration is done. Okay. And you know how exactly that is crossing also we have studied, right? So after all this, now what is going to happen is the reabsorption. So once this filtration is done, now the capillaries is going to take out this filtrate through this loop of Henle. So through this, whenever it is going through the loop of Henle, most of the filtrate is going to be absorbed over here, reabsorption. So maybe sometimes which are required, those also will be going, like all the good one, filtrated one will come back to the blood again. But the one which is we are thinking as a waste will move to the loop of Henle, and out of that, 99% of the materials will be reabsorbed by our body again. Let us say 180 liters of the glomerular filtrate, that waste will be coming according to at that time, 180 liters per day will be coming. Okay. Out of that, 99% will be reabsorbed by this loop of Henle again. If 99% is being reabsorbed, remaining will be excreted as a waste. So 1.5 liters we are going to excrete in the form of a urine every day. Okay. Just imagine if loop of Henle is not working, what will be our situation? 180 liters of urine we have to excrete every day. But no, 99% out of that are required for our body. So this loop of Henle will be reabsorbed. Is it clear? What are all the things will be reabsorbed, like glucose, amino acids, sodium, etc. All these will be reabsorbed, okay, actively, which means from higher concentration to the lower concentration they will be moving. And also water also will be reabsorbed over here. Okay, is it clear? This is about a reabsorption, and ultimately the tubular secretion also, just to maintain the just to maintain the pH, and also to maintain the ionic balance, these tubules are going to secrete, and all these things ultimately gives as a urine. Let me repeat for you once again. Just look at the board here. Glomerular filtrate, some of the waste material will be coming, and out of that 99% will be reabsorbed by the loop of Henle. So remaining will be 1%. To this 1%, the tubules are going to be secreted, some secretion, so that it can maintain or it can balance the pH. Ultimately, these all together we are going to call as a urine. And this urine, how much urine a healthy human is going to be eliminated per day? That is 1.5 liters. Is that clear? Yes, just by looking at this diagram, you can see, yes, very good, great. Just by looking at this diagram, you can able to see from where the reabsorption or the excretion is going to be happen. First, see, from the descending loop, water is going out. Same for the, okay, same for this proximal convoluted tubules also. Solutes also going out and water is also going out. Just if you go through this diagram, you will understand exactly what is reabsorbing in this. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you. It's a great time having you. If you guys are having any doubts, please stay back in the call and ask. Otherwise, thank you for the day. Bye-bye. Any doubts? Any doubts? No. Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye then. We'll be ending the meet.